Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So real quick, we're going to be talking about the Pixel 4a. Now, there's just a bunch of confusion going with the Pixel 4a. Literally, I mean, we expected this thing to drop May at Google I/O. However, that was canceled. I/O 2020 was canceled, and so we were like, okay, when's it coming? Rumors dropped, June release, that came, nothing. Then we get rumors of a mid-July release. That has now come and gone. And still nothing. We're already at the end of July and still nothing yet. And then we get this really quirky news that the Pixel 4a, the 4a XL was canceled, and in replace of that, they made the Pixel 4a 5G. So we were looking at possibly 3 devices released this year: the 4a, the 4a 5G, and the 5. We're like, okay, that's crazy. 3 devices, and then it was like they're all going to come together in October. Okay, making people wait longer. And that was frustrating, because you got to think, Apple dropped the iPhone SE 2020, got superb reviews from a lot of people. A lot of people love that device, old body form factor, and updated specifications. Thumbs up. Those people that love it. You hear it all the time on YouTube. And then you have TCL coming out of left field with the 10 Pro and the 10L, and those phones getting, pretty good praises from people out there that are using them. Good on them. And then, the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro came out, and I was like, wow, that's, it's getting there. It's getting there. The OnePlus 8 Pro flagship, the OnePlus 8, people considering it a very high mid-ranger, just barely sub under flagship, whatever, to each his own. Yeah, craziness, and still not a peep from Google. Lots of leaked renders, lots of leaked information, lots of it's coming then, it's coming there, and it's going to have this, that, and the third, and, oh, okay, and then, like, out of left field, now we're told definite August 3rd announcement. Announcement, not nothing about a release, just an announcement of the Pixel 4a. And, of course, we have an idea that something is cooking up with Google, because they accidentally leaked the Pixel 4a on the Google Store in Canada, where they had posted the new Google Nest speaker, but instead of having the photo of the Google Nest speaker in the store inventory page, they had a photo of the Pixel 4a. So good on Google to slip that one up. So yeah, we know it's right there. We know it's around the corner. We know there's a physical, actual device out there, and we're just waiting for it to be announced. Now, people have kind of wrote it off because of all the previous mentioned devices, plus also, in India, the OnePlus Nord was released out there, and people are loving what they're seeing on paper about the specifications. And I believe it was Technoid who said that there's even a petition that's about to circulate that's wanting OnePlus to release the OnePlus Nord here in the United States and not just in India. We'll see what happens. But people have already said, in their own words, that they pretty much have written off the Pixel 4a. Like, some people have just like, the hype behind it is gone, and I'm just not interested anymore in it. And, that's fine. Me being, a person that enjoys the Pixel devices and really likes them for what they are, I'm still excited for the Pixel 4a. I still really want to see this device. And if I've got to scratch every penny that I've got to put aside and save just so I'm able to actually buy this phone, then, yeah, it may not be exactly when it comes out, but, eventually I will own one. That's a goal of mine, a small goal of mine. And here's my reasons why I don't write off the Pixel 4a, as some people are starting to because of the OnePlus Nord. Like, they're already comparing it to a device that's not here in the US. And yes, while they petition for it to come here, doesn't necessarily mean that, they will be like, yes, we will bring it, because you guys wanted it. Like, they could still just make it exclusive only to India. Who knows? But one of the big things, and I don't think I've really mentioned this in the video in the past, which, shame on me for not doing that, because this is something that I've been watching closely with any of my Pixel devices, and I've noticed that it gets smarter over time. Like, people will say Pixel devices comes out, they're a little janky, they're a little buggy, but they get better over updates to get better over time. But I think really got to specify exactly down to what it does. I mean, like, yeah, a lot of the bugs that may be within Pixel devices when they first release get ironed out with each security patch update. But with Pixel drops, okay, now this is not a security patch update. Pixel drops is where they release a new feature or update a feature currently in the Pixel device regarding to do with AI. Okay, so artificial intelligence. So like the AI, machine learning for the camera itself, they release updates to that, right? Which, you know, we've seen some updates done to that because selfies have improved with Pixel devices, because they beefed up the AI so the AI can assist when you're doing pictures like in portrait mode. You're getting a better bokeh effect. You're getting a better depth of, you know, like depth and feel to the photos. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it gets better and better. We've also gotten crash detection. Your Pixel device can detect when you've been in a crash, and through the crash detection, is supposed to alert authorities if you don't respond. You know, so I mean, you know, if you're knocked out cold, or if you're like in a life-threatening situation and you don't respond, it'll automatically alert the emergencies to come out to your location to help you. That's a nice little nifty feature to have. We've gotten, you know, call screen. I mean, I remember when call screen first came out and everyone was just ranting and raving about it, you know, that you can screen calls. But now with Pixel drops that has happened over, you know, since December, it's gotten better to the point where now call screening happens without you needing to, you know, to start it to engage. So if it's a number that's been known worldwide to be a spam number, it will automatically answer the call and screen the call without it actually interfering with you until there's a person that actually specifies what they're calling about and why. And then it will alert you that there is a call going on in background and this is what the person is calling about. You know, you also have duplex, which is a nifty little feature where you can actually have Google Assistant basically make reservations for you, which is little by little beefing up to get more and more and more better. So then that way you can literally set yourself like a reservation at a restaurant. You can set reservations for a movie theater to order tickets. You can, you know, you can do just about anything and just have Google Assistant place the call for you and speak to the person for you so that you can continue about your day. If you guys remember that, they showcased that feature when they released the Pixel 3, I believe it was. They talked about duplex. And that was a very big thing. And they even did a demo of just how realistic it sounded that the person that it was talking to, I think it was at a hair salon, didn't even know they were talking to, you know, Google Assistant or an AI. They literally thought they were talking to a customer because it had mannerisms that, you know, were very, very human. You know, like little gesture sounds, you know, like, It would make sounds like that, which sounded believable that you were talking to a person and not to a computer. And Pixel Drop updates the AI on that. And that's one thing that the Pixel has over all these mid-rangers and flagships. They could dive into AI with their flagships or their mid-ranges, but they choose not to. And this is Google's territory. So even though Google at times is too googly for their own good, I was going to say goog, because we've seen what they've done. The type of camera sensors they've chosen to go into the device, even though they wanted to stress the fact that they can do really good photos with just one camera sensor because there were, other, companies were adding more and more sensors into their smartphones, and Google opted to stay with one sensor. With the Pixel 4, they added two sensors, but a telephoto and a normal sensor, while everyone else was going ultra wide. So people can point out and say, well, that was a mistake of Google's end to do that, or bad decision to put, such a small battery in a phone that requires more power for it to really take advantage of it. And yeah, Google makes those mistakes there. But, over time, they can always fix that with the next iteration of their Pixel line. Developing AI, that's a tough thing to do. And to make it more and more human and more smarter takes a lot of time in development. To the point that they're even, having Pixel drops for the Pixel Buds to make the AI in these things much more smarter. In reference of what I'm saying is like the translation ability that these things are going to have, which is going to be phenomenal once it is fully running. I swear I'm going to love that, because I'm going to be able to communicate with people that don't necessarily have to speak English and still be able to have a full-blown conversation and understand what they're talking about, and for them to understand me. in my native language. That's a big thing that I really want soon with the Pixel Buds. Is the reason why I opted for these over any other ones out there that you could possibly have. And I know other companies will follow in suit. But what I'm saying is that don't count the Pixel 4a out. Don't count the Pixel 5 out. Just because there's stuff out there that's right now in the limelight. There's no such thing as the most perfect phone. There's no such thing as the most sexy phone. There's no such thing as that. And even then, when phones that sit on the pedestal as king of the mountain will soon and easily get knocked off by something else that comes along. That's just how this mobile tech industry works. But with the Pixel 4a, while people will say the OnePlus Nord easily trumps it, I have to say differently. Just because it has certain build qualities and features to it, Pixel phones have AI, which is really something when you really actually use it. You'll see. So anyways, guys, August 3rd, fingers crossed that the Pixel 4a comes out. And if it does, finally, that's all I can say. Finally. So if you made it this far, hashtag unofficial Team Pixel, because I am the unofficial Team Pixel member. One day, hopefully they find me. One day. But until that time, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. If you just found the channel and subscribed, thanks for doing so. I really appreciate that. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload another video. You'll never miss it. And that's it for right now, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, aloha.